Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak 2. Beim letzten Mal sind wir ins Spiel gestartet, haben angefangen hier, Riverside haben wir schon mal alles kontrolliert und werden nun um den Grand Circuit kümmern, um Ban von potenziellen, sag mal, Gerüchten zu befreien. February 20th, 11 AM, 12th District, Grand Circuit. Ein neues Gebiet, das gab's im letzten Teil nicht. So, this is the Grand Circuit. I'm sure you're no stranger to this place, what with your passion for all things car-related. I do by to catch a race every now and then, yeah. I also come here during my round, since people post 4 SPGs here. Did you hear there's gonna be a Grand Prix exhibition race today? Yes, I read about it in the Tyrell Times. They said Maxim Lugan will be taking part. Ah, then it ought to be a damn good show. You know, it's hard to imagine a bunch of murders taking place among all this peaceful hustle and bustle. Yet that's exactly what happened, and only 2 weeks ago at that. The actual scene of the crime is in a back alley a little ways away from here. A full 2 weeks have passed between then and now, so I doubt we'll find as many clues as we did in Riverside. You never know till you try. In any event, let's head to the street on our left, just over in that general area. Ich hoffe übrigens, ich wasche für euch nicht zu sehr, aber die Sache ist, ich habe halt das jetzt gestern, Zeitpunkt der Aufnahme, gestern erst das erste Mal gespielt. Und ich will halt ganz gerne dann auch fertig werden, bevor mit der Demo nochmal fertig werden, für euch dann, bevor das fertige Spiel rauskommt. Genau. Ab dann wird es dann ein bisschen langsamer, wo ich dann ja auch anfange werde, wieder auch ein bisschen mehr mit den NPCs zu reden und so. What in the world is this? Couldn't say, but it's bizarre as all hell. Why is it here in the middle of the city? You don't suppose it's an explosive device? Nah, I'm not getting a whiff of anything dangerous. Looks like it's fitted with some sort of orbital locking mechanism. If that's all the protection it's got, I might actually be able to get it open. Oh, by what means? Marduk gave me a little trick for this kind of thing. Might as well give it a shot. Chests with orbital locks. Certain treasure boxes are equipped with orbital locks that can only be opened via hacking. While hacking, you switch to mode where you control mehr through an orbital maze. The difficulty of the maze changes depending on its security level. Genau. Auch ein neues Minispiel. Die fliegt entweder Minispiele. Wie die 12 Minispiele. Und dann gab's halt so, im ersten Daybreak gab's halt einfach gar keine. We can navigate through the maze by moving with L. Initializing, start. Okay. Geradeaus und rechts rum. Und zwar schnell, holy. Begin Break-In. Okay, wir müssen so einen kleinen Input machen. Zack, 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 zack. Und damit haben wir das hier auch schon geschafft. Ich bin mal gespannt, wie kompliziert das später mal noch wird. Könnte sehr hart werden, aber auch sehr cool. I see, so it's a hacking system that uses the Hollow as an avatar. Or perhaps I should call it a feature specific to your Hollow in particular. Yeah, it renders the protection of the virtual space and disables it through a specialized procedure. I've never tried it before though, glad I didn't embarrass myself. Your tricks of the trade never fail to surprise me. Just try not to use them for anything illicit. On a separate note, what do you suppose this was doing here in the first place? Good question, almost feels like they wanted somebody to crack it. Doesn't seem dangerous though, so we can take on any others we find down the road too. Not a speck of prudence in you, is there? Nope. Not even one. Nicht da, sondern blau, wir müssen einmal durch die Straße, wir haben alle Shops abgegrast und dann gehen wir doch zum rechten roten Aufrufzeichen. So, the crime scene just passed here, yeah? Damn, must be blocked off for construction or something. Actually, the CID put this here to stave off any curious onlookers. The public was informed that there was a shootout between rival gangs. They found a few unidentified descendants here, like in Riverside. Normally I'd work to bust this wall down and let ourselves in, but there's too many people around here. Besides, I doubt there'll be many leftover clues to sniff out, like you said earlier. But we might learn something over at the Grand Prix. A lot of people come and go this way cause of it. We're lucky we might find someone there who remembers what happened that night. I suppose we have nothing to lose at this point. You, May, and Paulette are there now, yes? Why don't we check up on them? Sure, sounds good to me. Notebook, genau, können wir einfach reinschreiben. Main, auch als Solution, dann haben wir 7 Genesis, die wir gesammelt haben, oben rechts Alignment, was diesmal auf Level 3 startet. 5 laws. 1. Never accept less than 1,000 mirror per hour. 2. Complicated methods only. 3. Only eat sweets once per day. 4. Sleep whenever you can. 5. A hot morning shower and a dip in the sauna are blessings to oneself. Hier haben wir dann die Main Quest. Fishing, wir haben 2 gefangen. Wir haben einen Karpfen. Und einen Kassagin mit... Oh, die haben... Es gibt noch Rang A-Dinger. Okay, interessant. Und Gourmet, da haben wir noch kein Essen halt reingeballert. Hier haben wir die Zeitung. Ich räume einmal durch die Zeitung. Wenn ihr das jetzt lesen wollt, haltet kurz an. Auf der Seite, die ihr lesen wollt. Oder ihr...
Exhibition races are still open to the public, yes?
Yeah, but I think they're almost over.
Oder ihr schaut auf meinem Kanal vorbei. Da habe ich zum Zeitpunkt, wenn dieser Part online kommt, bereits einen kleinen Short gemacht. Vermutlich. Oh, wobei bin ich schnell genug von. Ich habe auf jeden Fall irgendwas gemacht, wo ich das vorlese. Falls ihr das nicht selber lesen wollt.
He has claimed victory in the prelude to this season's C1 Grand Prix Finals.
Wow, that was rather exciting. I know the broadcast beats on the radio and on the city screen, but it's so much more engaging in person. Yeah, you said it. The champ's been on a roll lately. He's just getting better and better all the time. But he still can't afford to rest on his laurels, or he'll be left in the dust by this year's new rising star. The 1209 Grand Prix is gonna be an event to remember. I can feel it. Well, color me intrigued. Perhaps I'll keep an eye on the finals then. Alright, once things settle down a little, we can start casing the place. Sieht ihr das nicht bei den Dings?
To experience the white-hot excitement of C1.
Okay, ich dachte, es wäre. Ich dachte, es wären die beiden Idols, die man im ersten Teil immer wieder gesehen hat, wie sie berühmter geworden sind. Marielle!
Congratulations on getting first place again! You always make it look so effortless. Tell me, how do you manage to get win after win?
Ah, well, the years of training helps with that, but my secret sauce is the undying love and support I get from my fans. I dedicate this victory to those wonderful angels in the stands.
Ah! Maxim, over here! You've shot your way into my heart, Red Comet!
If only those girls knew what that dork is like when he isn't behind the wheel.
I'm sure Marielle, at least, is well aware.
You may.
Hiya, Van. I didn't know you were here. Oh, and Elaine's here too. Hey, hey.
Good afternoon, you two. Hello there. I don't often see the two of you together. Could it be?
Oh, we're just teaming up for a small job. That's all.
Kommt mir vor, da klingt Paulettes Synchronstimme ein bisschen anders. Plus etwas mehr. Oh, sorry, bin ich gegen das Mikrofon gekommen. Und ein bisschen. Von der Betonung ein bisschen mehr wie so ein Vorlesen, also wie so ein Audiobook.
I was only able to catch the tail end of the race, but it was quite exhilarating, wasn't it?
Maxim was super cool. He went like zoom, zoom, and beat all those other guys.
Junge ist aber super wie immer.
I'll give the man this. When it comes to driving a car, he's in a class all his own. And that said, he's got some competition for once. There's an up-and-coming racer who might actually give him a run for his mirror.
It will certainly be interesting to see who comes out on top in the finals. If he's too focused on the stands rather than the track in front of him, like today, victory might slip between his fingers.
Wow, you're pretty hard on the guy.
I can't wait for the finals. I'm gonna cheer him on extra hard.
I'm sure that will give him the push he needs.
Das klingt irgendwie ein bisschen, als ob die gerade so eine Radioshow vertont.
On behalf of the sponsors, the trophy will be presented by a very special guest, the Princess of Alzheim, Zita Oswald.
Congratulations, Mr. Lugan. That race was a sight to behold. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how you'll fare in the finals.
Well, I suppose I'll have to work twice as hard then. I wouldn't dare disappoint such a lovely young princess.
She's a princess? Wow!
I didn't realize Prince Sharid had a sister.
I hear the Principality is investing heavily into this year's race. I forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you?
That's right, although her age belies her intellect. She has a quick wit and a sharp mind, neither of which I can hope to rival. I may be the heir to the throne, but that doesn't stop her from meddling in her hapless brother's affairs.
I think she's about 17 or 18 maybe, but I hear she's wise beyond her years.
It's an honor to greet the champion of the race in person. I truly feel like the luckiest girl in all the world. The dead heat at the end was quite nerve-wracking. I was on the edge of my seat. It reminded me of that famous scene from Perfect Driver 2.
Ah, so you saw that movie. Words cannot express how happy I am to hear that. Ooh, this is my chance to look cool in front of you, May, and Paulette. The moment the studio offered me the part of Max, I felt as though the wheel of fate was at work. The character and I shared a number of commonalities, even beyond our similar-sounding names.
Ah, that's quite interesting. I'd very much like to hear more. They say you did all of your own stunts during your racing scenes. Is that true? Oh, and would you consider asking the producers to make Alzheim the filming location for the third movie? I'd very much appreciate that.
What's with this girl? Her passion is overwhelming.
Oh, hey, could I get another interview? Maybe this time with both of you.
It looks like that'll drag on for a while. I think we'll go ahead and take our leave.
Not a bad idea. You've got a dinner rush to prepare for.
Hey, Mommy! Can we ride the Ferris wheel?
Of course, sweetie, but only once, okay? I'll see you both later. All right. Goodbye for now.
Well, it'll be a pain. But we should probably stick around for a while longer.
Yes, we have work to do. Why don't we ask Marielle if she knows anything about this?
Huh? Hey, where'd Paulette go?
Wait, isn't that...
Oh, right. I heard about them from my brother.
After the award ceremony drew to a close, Van and Elaine met up with Marielle. I decided to have a little chat with her in the beer garden outside. What is this, Germany?
I never thought I'd run into you two here. Did you come to watch the race together?
We're here on business, actually. Van and I have a few questions for you. But first, let's catch up.
Why are you covering a Grand Prix race? I thought politics was more your speed. Entertainment column needed extra hands or something?
Actually, it was my call. I wanted to branch out and try something new. I need to expand my horizons if I ever want to catch up to him. Maybe someday, I can push the bar even higher. That's why I'm charging forward into unknown waters. Full speed ahead!
You're just a bundle of energy, aren't you? Well, if you know what you want to do, I ain't gonna discourage you. Give it your all out there, alright? Make him proud.
I'll be rooting for you as well. We both have a lot to live up to, so let's keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks for the encouragement. Okay, that's enough about me. So, you mentioned you're here on business, right? Ooh, this might serve as inspiration for my next story. Let's hear it.
Alright, here's the lowdown.
Van and Elaine caught Marielle up to speed on the ongoing murder case.
So, the rumors were true. The police and the CID have been keeping a tight lid on the situation, but that hasn't stopped me from digging into it on my own.
Oh yeah? Well, that makes this easy for us.
Did your investigation bear any fruit?
I guess you could say that. I, kinda, sorta, maybe ran into the culprit.
Are you serious? You really ran into them? Well, I'm not like 100% sure. I guess it's possible my mind was playing tricks on me. It all happened 2 weeks ago. I was covering the final qualifying round of the Z1 Grand Prix. For some reason my camera was acting a little funny that day, so I left in a hurry to get it checked. And because I was in a rush, I took a route that, in hindsight, wasn't exactly the safest. Then I came face to face with a man wearing a black trench coat. He had his hat pulled down over his eyes so I couldn't get a good look at his face. But I realized immediately he was bad news. The moment I saw him, I was totally paralyzed from head to toe. While I was standing there, completely frozen in place, he walked right past me. When I was finally able to turn around, he was gone. The next morning I heard there were bodies found near that very same passageway. The police told the press they were victims in a gang fight, but I didn't buy that for a second. That's why I started looking into it in my downtime. Sounds like you practically brushed shoulders with the culprit around the time of the incident. It's a wonder you're even alive right now. You really do have the devil's own luck, you know that? Too bad the victim didn't share your good fortune. Speaking of, I was looking into those unidentified bodies. Believe it or not, I was able to dig up a name. I think it was Desire or something. Oh, yeah, those guys. We ran into him during one of our 4 SPGs last year. They're a gang here in the capital that had ties to Armada. Those guys have been stirring the pot all over the place since the end of last year, apparently. We've received numerous reports of violence, fraud, and active aggression on their account against other criminal entities. The guild has been keeping tabs on them as a result. From what I heard, they've been uncharacteristically quiet of late. Could it be they're involved in this case somehow? You really think so? The more I think on it, the more the pieces seem to fit together. Maybe. I still think it's too early to make any solid conclusion. Except for one thing, you need to steer clear of this case. Start poking your nose where it don't belong and you'll find yourself sleeping with the fishes real soon. Hey, why'd you have to go and put that image in my head? Are you trying to give me nightmares? Okay, fine. I'll try not to cross into the line of fire. I'll just tiptoe on the edges. I swear to Adios. We need to wrap this case up quickly, for her sake. To recap, we learned 2 things. 1. There was a survivor of the incident at Riverside. 2nd. Desire may be involved. What do you make of all this? Well, first, I think it's a given that Desire is wrapped up in this somehow. My friends were murdered here 2 weeks ago, so they were probably all up in arms and clamoring for revenge. But they charged headlong into Riverside 3 days ago and to find the culprit and then got their asses beat. We're still missing a few pieces to this puzzle, but the picture's becoming clearer. What we need right now is proof, so why don't we pay Desire a little visit? Wait, you know where their base is at? I know its approximate location, yes. The guild has been gathering information on them for quite some time now. The members were spotted in the 9th district. What, the Central March? That's right. There's a strong chance the base of operation is located there. Now, what say we find them and crash their little party? Now you're speaking my language. Central March has been added to the travel menu. So, machen wir einen kleinen Cut bis gleich. So, und dann gehen wir zum Center March.
Off we go.
February 20th, 12:05 p.m. 9th District, Central March. Market as bustling as ever. People are packed in here like sardines. Hardly surprised, seeing as how this is the largest marketplace in the capital. And that's why it's popular with TV types as well. Hard to believe we're coming here together again after all these years. You're telling me? Feels like it was just yesterday when we were dropping by to pick up supplies for the student council. That bastard Renee just loved pushing that job onto me. I wasn't even a real member, damn it. I mean, you may as well have been one, considering how much work you ended up doing for us in the end. Huh. Alright, enough reminiscing. We gotta figure out where those Desire punks are holed up. Right, let's start by asking around. How about let's start by shopping? I'm catching a whiff of something here. Not like trouble. Maybe I should check the bulletin board just in case. Ja, hier mit auch ihre erste Sidequest.
Alright.
Das ist for SPG. Pâtissier of ill repute. A new up-and-coming pâtissier in the Central March by the name of Gâteau de Dun has been the subject of an unseemly rumor recently. As a fellow vendor in the marsh, I refuse to let the matter go unresolved. If you'd be willing to discuss this issue further, you'll find me at my store. Was hier to do? Wir haben keine Connection-Event natürlich. Oh, dann gehen wir jetzt erstmal einmal rum und shoppen.
Anything you want?
Hier haben wir Fishing-Sachen. Wir kaufen mal einmal das.
Hope you get good use out of it.
So, worum gehen wir jetzt? Aber machen wir ganz simpel. Wir erstmal hier rüber. Das war weg.
Take a look at my wares. Anything strike your fancy?
Oh ja, okay, gut, hier haben wir nur die Sachen, die sind zwar besser, aber
Thanks.
da habe ich gerade nicht das Geld für. Vielleicht hätte ich es, aber...
Oh, hello! Welcome! You're welcome back anytime.
Kümmere ich mich irgendwann später
Wanna take a look?
Mehr Geld habe, auch das hier. Also einen Golden Huhn mit. Und das war's.
Come again.
Aber ich kann eigentlich die Sidequest anfangen, fällt mir gerade mal ein. Vielleicht gar nicht so dumm, wenn ich das mache. Hey there, you the Kenny that put out that request? That would be me, yes. I'm assuming that makes you the Spriggan. And you, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. I get that a lot. Like you have me confused with someone else. I'm just your average citizen looking to lend a hand to the Spriggan. Anyway, why don't you start by explaining your request to us? Right, of course. Now, where to begin? Are either of you familiar with Gâteau de Dun? No, I don't believe I am. Yeah, I know him. that other patisserie that opened up the end of last year, right? The guy running it used to be involved with some rough type, so I heard he had a pretty hard time bringing in customers at first. Now though, word's been getting out about how great his sweets are. Stuff's top-notch apparently. Haven't had the pleasure of trying it myself though. Have a the expert. It sounds like you have quite sweet tooth. If I may, have you had the chance to try the sweets at our shop? You opened around the same time as Gateau de Dun, right? Nah, not yet, but I've definitely had my eye on you guys. Maybe I'll come back when I have more time. Oh, then I await your waiter. Was ich Bock auf so geile Muffins. Back to your request, this rumor about Gateau de Dun, yeah, that's new. What are they saying? Well, I hate to contribute to all the gossip, but I've heard they're using spoiled ingredients. Spoiled ingredients? That sure sounds like an issue. There's been no word of anyone getting food poisoning, but people are complaining of the flavors tasting a bit off. I see. This has the potential to ruin the reputation of everyone in the district. And considering we sell baked goods, well, turning a blind eye would spell nothing but trouble. Anyway, once you have proof of his wrongdoing, I'd like for you to bring Dunn to me. I'll try to convince him to use more quality ingredients. If this were to be taken to the police or the bracers, it's likely that suspicion would be placed over the entire march. You contacted Spriggan so that you could keep it self-contained, didn't you? That's correct, so does this sound like a request you're willing to take on? Looks like you're in a tough spot. Yes, but it's hard to believe Gateau de Dun would do something to jeopardize the recent rise in popularity. I suppose it's possible that they are using cheap ingredients to keep down costs. Some places will do anything for some money in their pockets. Anyway, as someone who's had his eye on Gateau de Dun, this is personal. Genau, das Alignment-System und wir akzeptieren das. Alright, we're on the case. For the record, I'm fairly knowledgeable about the Center Mart. Leave getting the proof up to us. We'll be sure to take care of it. Thank you very much. Now then, let's start by asking people in the area who might have some info. The market manager is Old Man Romaine, right? Yes, if anyone knows anything, it would be him. We should also talk to Sabrina, one of the food truck owners. She has plenty of contact, plus she handles ingredients for restaurants throughout the mart. Whenever I need to investigate something in the area, I tend to rely on her. In that case, I go in and talk to one of the march's brokers, Malcolm. He does a lot of business with Victor at Montmartre and some other places around town. I'm sure he'll have some insight on the situation. Well, it sounds like neither of us has any shortage of personal connections. Let's start by talking to those three. Alright, let's get going.
Let's start this 4SPG, shall we?
Irgendwer nicht, also wenn irgendwer kein Problem damit hat, irgendwelche Connections zu haben oder sie zu nutzen, dann ja wohl Van.
Hello there.
Okay, das brauche ich nicht. Hier haben wir...
Let's see what we got.
Perfekt. Hier haben wir auch noch was.
Welcome! Thank you for coming! Please stop by again!
Sehr schön. Dann gehen wir gerade mal runter, weil da habe ich... Warte mal, habe ich was vergessen? Ah, hier unten ist Old Man Romaine. Oder Romain.
Got a question for you.
Well, here's a couple of familiar faces. Don't suppose you're here to buy some vegetables? What's the problem? Sorry for the trouble, but we wanted to ask you a few questions. If that's alright with you, of course. Van asked about the Gateau de Dun. Ah, that rumor. Yeah, I've heard it too. If I'm being honest though, I think it's just a load of nonsense. You seem pretty confident about that. I take it you trust Dunn? More or less. Listen, I know where Dunn came from, and I get that it's easy to get the wrong idea. But the boy's serious about his business, got a good eye for ingredients too. If it was just a one-off thing, I would understand, but he isn't the type to make the same mistake twice. talked to him about this myself, one-on-one, and he seemed just as confused about the whole mess as I am. Dang, praise from you isn't something to scoff at. Guess Dan's someone who's really got it together, huh? You bet you're behind. Anyway, maybe these complaints are just some kind of misunderstanding. Like I said, Dan's always been keen on using the most quality ingredients available to him. Passion like that can't be faked. I say we should just ignore the rumor for now. That way it won't have nothing to feed off of. I see. Thank you for your input. While we're on the subject, can I ask about the other patisserie? Ah, you mean Kenny's shop. Well, their stuff's certainly not bad, though you don't hear a ton of praise about them either, for better or worse. Seems like they get fewer customers than Dunn, so... Do you think that contributed to a rivalry between the two? Wouldn't say it's impossible, that's for sure. Alright, thanks a lot, this was really helpful. Also übrigens hier diese kurzen Lecks oder sowas hängen nicht mit dem Spiel an sich zusammen, sondern darüber, dass ich im Moment gezwungen bin, über PlayStation Remote Play aufzunehmen und das hakt halt manchmal.
Got more stuff on offer now than they did back in our day.
That's true. The trade business is flourishing more and more every year. It would be nice to wander around here again sometime. When we're off the clock, of course.
There's so much to see.
What can I get for you?
So, erstmal einkaufen.
Thanks for shopping.
Dann sprechen wir über das
Let me
Topic.
ask you something.
Why, if it isn't Elaine, and you're wearing your normal clothes. Not on duty today? Oh, I see, you're on a date. No, I'm just here helping him with his work. There's something we'd like to ask you here. Van handed her his card and asked about the Gateau de Dun rumor. I see, a spring, are you? Yeah, I've heard the rumor. Seems like there's more than a few people in the march that believe it. I'm sure that has a lot to do with what they know of Dun's past. That does seem to be what their reasoning is based on. He's used to shady business, or I knew he'd go back to his old ways. And that's just a few of the things I've heard people saying. Everyone got something to say, huh? Still, not like I can deny impressions still matter. That being said, it's a little hard to justify their opinions when the rumors are baseless. Although, I suppose we don't know the whole truth yet. Yeah, we need to remember to remain unbiased here. Anyway, do you know anything else? Not really, Dunn and I aren't particularly close. There's not much more I can say, to be honest. Alright, thank you for your help. Und weiter geht's nach hier oben.
It's so lively.
Hey, look, there is fresh.
Das brauche ich auch nicht.
Thank you.
Better not be window shopping.
Oh, Michi-Tassel. Ein Geschenk für Elaine. Davon nehme ich mal nichts mit.
Done already?
Die kriegt man am meisten. Das waren ja diese klassischen Dinger, die man eigentlich überall ab irgendeinem Punkt hergeschmissen bekommt und auch eigentlich gar nicht mehr braucht.
What can I get for you?
Noch einmal ein Kebab und ein Frankfurter.
Thanks a bunch.
Und nochmal hier das Gerücht.
Let me ask you something.
Hey there, how's business? Well, if it isn't the spring from Old Town, something I can do for you. Yeah, we wanted to ask you about some of the goings-on at the march. Then ask about Gateau de Dun. I've heard the rumor. Been keeping an eye on his shop myself. I was even thinking of helping him out with his supply purchasing recently, you know, to give his business a boost. But now, I can really only watch from afar. Does that mean you believe Dunn is guilty? No, I'm totally neutral here. It's a bit of a toss-up on whether or not it's all true. Anyway, Dunn's been able to keep out of hot water so far because of his popularity, but he's going to need to keep that rumor in check. Possible that some people from his past are coming back to taunt him. Or it could simply be the work of someone who's jealous of his success. Can't argue with that. But it's not just a rumor. There really is something wrong with his sweets, right? Yes, he has unfortunately received a few complaints. and every one of them mentioned the fruit sauce on his featured dish. Because of that, there's really not much more I can do for the kid. Not if there's even a smidge of truth to them. Hey, if you can, do your best to find out what's really going on here. Don't worry, I always finish what I start. Thanks for your help. Well, that's everyone we wanted to speak to. Let's go get some answers from Dunn. Yeah, I think we have a good grasp on what others think of him now. Let's go. Falsche Richtung.
There's so much to see. Check out what I have on offer.
Thanks a ton, come again. They weren't kidding about this place being popular. It's like rumor hasn't had any effect at all. Maybe word hasn't actually spread yet. I mean, I doubt he'd have so many customers if they thought they were gonna get sick. Hey, the hell's going on here? What's the deal, old man? Got a problem with my sweets? Problem? Yeah, I got a problem. Sauce on my canal's gone bad. I eat this and start puking, what are you gonna do about it? The hell are you talking about? Ain't no way that's true. What kind of attitude is that to take with a customer? You clearly ain't been raised right, boy. I want a refund, give me back my money. Like hell I will. Sorry about that. Then, yeah, something's up. Let's ask him what's going on. Hey, can I get a canale? Or a canal? Sorry, not right now. I gotta look into something. Can you let us look into it with you? The hell? We might be able to give you a hand here. The canal that guy returned was definitely one of yours, right? Yeah, I guess so. Very thought was mine too. At first I thought he was trying to give me something he bought ages ago. But there's no way that dough wasn't baked this morning. Maybe I really did use some bad sauce. I don't seem convinced. I'd like to believe I didn't. But looking at it now, I'm losing confidence. Plus, this is the 5th time this has happened. Man, I never screw up like this. This is pathetic. Anyway, I'm guessing you two were sent here to look into my shop, huh? Well, here it is. Come learn under my inexperience. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I gotta make things right. So I'm begging ya, please don't report me to the cops. Look man, I'm a spring. I'd never do something like that. This seems like it was a genuine mistake, so we'll just be on our way. Well, after seeing all that, there's a lot that's not adding up here. Yeah, we should go over what we've learned. This rumor that got totally done is using spoiled ingredients. The market manager said it was bogus, but there have obviously been some complaints. Dunn himself said that the canal sauce was bad, and not only is he starting to doubt his skill as a chef, but he feels responsible for fixing the issue. We need to determine whether this rumor is true or false. Yeah, it's still possible that he bought cheap ingredients on purpose. By the way, going back to Kenny's request, he wanted us to find proof so that he could convince Dunn to use more quality ingredients. In other words, he doubted Dunn from the beginning. So what do you think is really going on here? Honestly, Dunn doesn't strike me as the type to put on a performance. I think the chances are pretty high that someone set him up. I think so too. If there's only one person who stands to gain from Dunn's downfall, I suppose that means we have a clear answer then. Yeah, it's... er offensichtlich nicht. Dunn auch nicht, also es ist Kenny. That Kenny guy is pretty suspicious. You think so too, right? Yes, he talked about putting in his request for the sake of the march and Dunn, but seemed awfully confident that Dunn was using spoiled ingredients. Even admitted he wanted proof of Dunn's wrongdoing. Right, and that customer we saw had to be in on it too. I'm betting both to arrange it so we'd be there when he made a scene. That canal he had was probably also prepared by Kenny. Or maybe he tampered with one of Dunn's. If even Dunn was fooled, it's likely that he bought it from his shop beforehand. And then he put some spoiled sauce on it, is that right? Yep, Kenny's also a professional at making baked goods. I'm sure he'd have no problem making a sauce just like Dunn's. You know, having you help out saved me loads of time. No need to complain or react to it. Thanks to your powers of observation, I haven't had to work all that hard either. So, what do we do now? Good question. I've got an idea. So, we weren't able to find any definitive proof, but from what we saw, it does seem like Dan was using spoiled ingredients. Is that so? How could he? By the way, we've already reported this to the market manager. He decided that it would be best to have Gatode done close shop for 3 months. Meanwhile, he'll be barred from selling food anywhere else. 3 months? That's a bit harsh, but I suppose that's what he deserves. I hope Dan uses this experience to change for the better. This is exactly the outcome I was hoping for. I don't know how I can ever thank you. I'm sure it would have all come out eventually. But thanks to you, it was solved before there was any real damage done. Hearing you say that made me glad that I spoke up. Thank you very much. I'll send you payment along shortly. It was no problem. We'll be on our way. Now then. Well, okay, if you get too close to a target, they will notice you. Conversely, if the target strays too far, the trail will be lost. Maintain a safe distance while keeping the target in sight. Ja, leider gibt es in diesem Spiel jetzt auch sowas wie Trailing Missions. Bin kein Fan. Absolut nicht. Bin wirklich kein Fan von so Verfolgungssachen. Vor allem ehrlich gesagt nicht so, wie es hier jetzt gestaltet ist. Oh. Und noch einfach zwischendurch mal das Speed-Up-Feature in der Hoffnung, dass es irgendwie hilft, dass das nicht so langweilig und langwierig hier gerade wird. Einmal von Anfang an hier durchlaufen muss, kriegt die Krise nämlich. Und gleich bin ich endlich da.
There's so much to see.
Meine Güte. It's the man who complained about the sauce. Yep, that's a bingo. Nice work, here's your payment. Thanks. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Huh. You know, that spring ended up being an easier mark than I thought. He even went to the market manager on his own, closed him down for 3 whole months. I'm sure Dan had no problem admitting to his crimes. With one more little push, we can get him out of the march forever. Yeah, I don't think so. What with spring? Looks like you finally revealed your true colors. So your ultimate goal was to get Dan to close up shop entirely. Well, there's no way you're gonna worm your way out of this one. You had ample motive for wanting to get rid of a rival, not to mention how you'd have no problem recreating Dan's canal and sauce. What's more, you were in cahoots with that customer from earlier, and your word just now were the final nail in the coffin. We recorded all of it, confess and come along quietly. Wait, if you really believe I'm at fault here, then why is Dan closing down his shop? Oh, that, we lied. So we did inform Dan and the market manager about our setup, and it looked like it worked. I can't believe you tried to tear me down like that. I'm someone in the same line of work, no less. Like I care what you think. Some punk like you shouldering in on my customers? You're nothing but low-life scum. You bastard. Think we all know who the real scum is? And it's not done. He'd never stoop to your level. Anyway, let's make sure Kenny here gets his just desserts. What should we suggest? Turning him into the police or just setting among themselves? Wir sagen, wir sollten ihn unter sich klären. Even if we send the guy to the police, there's only so much they'll be able to do. If we want him to really receive a just sentence, we might want to think of some other punishment. We could get him to compensate Dan for any damages. It might also be necessary to ban his entry to the Central March. Doing so may require us to act in the grey area for a bit, but I think it's rather appropriate. Handing him to the police also means he'll get a record. There's gotta be another solution that's fair to everybody. Let's call over Old Man Romain to see what he's got to say. Damn you, don't act like you're too high and mighty to send me to jail. After that, Market Manager Romain was brought over to mediate the settlement between Dan and Kenny. The fact that the rumor about Gateau de Dan was the lie spread to the shops throughout the March. I owe you big time. Can't thank you enough, man. I've weighed your reward money's coming from Kenny, right? Well, he's the one who started this mess, or he makes sense he pays. We intend to be greatly compensated for the trouble. Glad to hear it. But I gotta give you guys something too. Wouldn't feel right if I didn't. So here, take a bunch of my pride and joy canals. Chocolate crunch canal obtained. Oh wow, there's so many. Thank you. Is everything okay, Van? They're so popular, I didn't think we'd get a chance to try any. This is awesome, man. Seriously, don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need help. Don't mention it.
That takes care of that.
A patisserie of ill repute. Gibt einen größeren Bonus auf Grey und einen simplen auf Law. Passt. Wir haben was Gutes gemacht, aber etwas was eher so... Ja...
What's it gonna be?
So lala.
Later.
War, was so... Sag mal, Moral angeht. Well, look what we have here, cigarette butts. With quite a few scattered about. There must have been a gathering here not long ago. I'm almost positive said gathering was a group of desire stuff. But if we want to track them down, we'll need a little more to go on. Might be time to give that thing a test run. By that thing, do you mean the shard search app? That's the active search system that allows you to use shards to track various things over a wide area. It was developed by Marduk, correct? Yep, they just pushed out an update that improves its accuracy. I think we can track them by following the trace elements of tobacco that are lingering in the air. Execute a shard search with R3.
Okay, let's give this shard search thing a whirl.
It will be interesting to see if the update improved its accuracy any. It picked up on something.
It's a tobacco scent. Same one that came from the cigarette butts those desire guys tossed. Let's see where it leads.
Come on. Die annehmen. This is the place. There's signs of multiple people going in and out. Oh, the door's unlocked. How nice of him. If I'm not mistaken, this place was abandoned a long time ago. Used to serve as a sewer system. I suppose a place like this would make for a good hideout. Anyway, that little lab certainly is handy. If there's anything I've learned today, it's that Marduk is not to be underestimated. You got that right. We also don't want to underestimate these guys. Let's make sure we're ready before we head in. So, und...
Scent keeps going from here.
They must have gone into the sewers then.
Aber wirklich so richtig Desire folgen. Wer will im nächsten Part? Wenn euch der hier gefallen hat, gerne einen Daumen nach oben, da abonniert den Kanal, um nicht was so passen und denkt dran, morgen kommt dann auch schon der nächste Part. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.